welcome to episode 0 of Jay Plays Football Manager, in which we are going to work from a very semi-pro, not very good at all coach into being the best in the world. So, I haven't decided what team I'm going to start with yet. This episode 0 is just going to be figuring out our starting conditions. Probably won't even play a game in this episode. So, if you would like to skip right to the action where I'm already set up, then go ahead and skip this one. This one's just going to be kind of explaining how I plan on playing and figuring out our initial setup. So we're going to go to advanced setup here and figure out what leagues we want active. Now I do want all of the major ones. So Brazil in there too. So we've got all the major leagues selected. That's going to help out a lot. And then I want to kind of focus on the United Kingdom. So let's see, where is Ireland and Scotland and Northern Ireland? So let's focus on that and maybe throw in a bit of fun here and there. Some interesting guys. Maybe throw in China. Maybe throw in Russia. Maybe we want to go to Romania at some point in this save. I don't know. I don't know where we're going to start yet. So we're going to confirm that. That seems like a good number. Ooh. Game speed might be a bit slow. Medium database will be fine. So we're going to want to play in a very low starting division. Let's bump all this down. Yeah, North and South. CFA and above. Third division. First division, Series C. Ooh, we're not going to start in Italy. Let's go with Series B and above. And just selecting it all down to the bottom leagues so that I have a good chance to start. Looks like Portugal. Let's do Portugal second league. I'm probably not going to start in Portugal anyway. Russian first division. Ladbrokes League 2. And Spanish B. No, we're not starting in Spain, so there we go. So these are going to be all the simulated leagues. We're going to be able to travel all over the place. So where do we want to start? Do we want to start in Iceland? Probably not. Probably not Iceland. Who can you start as semi-pro? I think you could probably start semi-pro in either England or the surrounds. I'd like to start in United Kingdom. So let's start in Scotland. Yeah, let's start in Scotland. So we're going to start early preseason in Scotland. Ladbrokes League 2. That's probably got a lot of semi-pro teams in it. And that's where I want to start, is at the semi-professional level. Not being the best in the world, not being the worst in the world. Being pretty close to the worst in the world. All right, let's start. It's going to take a second to load this up, so hang. And just like that, we're back, and you got to skip that incredibly long loading screen. Okay, so Jay Plays is going to be my name. We're going to set up our coach here. My favorite team is not going to be Ayr United. Let's make this our goal. Our long-term goal is going to be to get into some big, high league, exciting team that's very famous. Maybe in Brazil? We did activate Brazil. A Brazilian first division team? I don't know any of these things. I'm sorry. I have no idea about Brazilian soccer. Brazilian football. Sorry. I call it soccer because I'm American. Probably go back and forth between the two. Manchester United? They're pretty good, right? Someone told me that once. I'm sure they're great. Alright, so that's our favorite team. That's going to be our long-term goal. Join Manchester United. Interesting. Preferred formation. Not going to be a 4-4-2. I like 5 defender formations. No. 4-1-2-3 DM wide. I do like this one. I wish I could just adjust it myself, because what I really want is a 4-4-2 diamond. Is that in here? Diamond narrow. Yeah, that's pretty close to my favorite formation. I like using this as a pretty good attacking formation. So we'll pop that in as my favorite formation. And second preferred formation is going to be more defensive, a 5 defender formation, 5-1-2-2 DM narrow. I would prefer wide, 4-2-1-2 wing back. This one, it's hard to find good wing backs to be right here, you know. It doesn't really use wingers. I want a formation that uses wingers here. A 5 defender formation. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever used this. It seems incredibly defensive. But no. 5-2-2. That's what I just looked at. 0. What's the 0? Okay, we're going to go with... It's not like this is a huge difference. We're going to go with this, because this looks interesting and I've never used it before. And maybe I'll find time to use that formation at some point. I like the diamond narrow. Crossing is really strong in Football Manager, so maybe not. We'll see. We're not going to handle all tasks ourselves. Specifically, I don't like dealing with youth teams when they're crap. So I'm going to hire and fire everyone. That's me. But with the youth teams, finding and making authors to young players of the future, no. New signing contract with not for youth team. No, I will finalize for them. I will handle and finalize incoming offers. I'm not going to offer players I've listed for transfer loan to other clubs. Actually, I will. I'll do that. And decides which players' contracts. I don't care about the youth team. I really don't. I'm not going to run their training, and I'm not going to set up individual training for the youth team. So that's the. I'm going to handle all the other tasks myself. That's what I prefer to do. Social networks, whatever. All right. Next is going to be my appearance. Aren't I beautiful? Look at that. Just look. That's what I actually look like in real life. I'm this kind of tubby guy in a red shirt and a green tie. That's how I walk around, I promise. Let's see. Fine. 6 foot 185, probably. Well, there. Make me a little bit more dumpy. That's fine. And I'm not going to mess with the attire because I like that attire. Choose team. So, we're going to be in Scotland. Bottom of the league. Well, bottom league. But we're not going to be the bottom of the league, I don't think. We're not going to choose, the person predicted to be relegated out of the bottom league. That sounds really annoying. We're also not going to start unemployed. That would make me sad. We're going to be employed, and we're going to start with, the best semi-professional team in here. That's what I'm going to go with. That way we get a strong start with a semi-pro team, and maybe we can move to a pro team rather quickly. I don't want to stay semi-pro for a very long time. And my goal is to further myself as a coach way more than it is to further the teams. Not to be a jerk to the teams, but besides, helping the teams helps me, so it's fine. So this is a semi-pro team. Predicted to finish third. Arborough. I can't say it. I better not choose them. Berwick. Predicted semi-pro team, 7th. Not as good as them, but this is a professional team, so I don't want to pick them. Cowdenbeath. Predicted to finish 2nd, so better than Arbroath. I can't say it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're from there. I can't say it. Edinburgh. Predicted to finish 10th. Really? Edinburgh's a big city. They must have a higher team from that city. Elgin. Forfar is semi-pro, and they're predicted to finish first. Is that taking it too easy? I don't want to take it too easy. Semi-pro and semi-pro. So Clyde is the only professional team in here, it looks like. Unless I missed one. Whoops. But we're not going to go with a professional team. Let's go with Cowdenbeath. The Blue Brazil. I like it. So let's have a look at this team. Not too many injuries. That's good. I don't really know the status of these players. Values of the players. We've got a few expensive ones here. Todorov. Decent striker. I like it. More a winger. Not going to really be able to work wingers in, but he's on loan anyway. Maybe I'll find a place for him. Merle, another really good striker for this level, I imagine, finishing at 13. Heading off the ball is 13 as well, so he's going to be in the right place at the right time. He's only 18 years old. He's on loan. He's going to be pretty good. All right, I accept this. We're going to go with Cowdenbeath. All right, next is going to be my coaching style. So yeah, we're going to suggest based on semi-pro player. So Sunday League player with a National A license. That's fine. We're not the best here, are we? Ah, goodness. So I probably want to focus for the long term more on mental than physical. I don't know. Something like this. That way I can get my... I don't really need player knowledge to start, I don't think. That's what scouts are for. I do want to have decent man management. I do want a decent adaptability since I'll be moving around. Motivating. I'd like to be good at motivating. I honestly just don't want them coming to me with their problems, so we're going to raise that up a bit. This over here, it seems like if we're predicted to finish second, for my first team, I'm going to want to focus on attacking anyway, right? So things like shooting and stuff. So maybe I'm just going to be good at training the attacking aspect of the game and hope my other coaches can fill in the gaps. So, you know, all that. But I am an excellent attacking coach. So I can teach my guys how to shoot and whatever. It makes me actually good at something as opposed to all the rest of this. Just in case, let's throw in goalkeeper as well. Now, most of the time I'm going to have a goalkeeping coach, right? Somebody else is going to be dealing with that. Maybe I won't have a specific defense coach, though. So, you know, a little bit on the defending side. This is fine. This is fine. Let's just confirm this. Would you like to start playing or add a... Just start playing. And we're going to have our first look at the team. We're not... Ooh, untitled game. Cowdenbeath. Cowdenbeath Cows. Alright. Cows. Save. But we're actually called the Blue Brazil. I like it. The Blue Brazil. Use your words, Jay. Use your words. Blue, not brew. We're going to save this game very, very slowly. If it takes much... Okay, I'm not going to skip it for you. Alright. We're going to take the Cowdenbeath hot seat. We're going to do that with our group. You guys don't need to see all that. What we need to do before this episode ends is take a look at our competition. So they just want us to reach the promotion playoff. They don't necessarily want us to be promoted. It's fine. I would like to get promoted since I'm supposed to be in second place anyway. Maybe I can bump it forward a bit, actually get promoted. We have to win 2 rounds of the Scottish Cup, and we need to be competitive in the Challenge Cup. So I assume that the Challenge Cup is much harder than the Scottish Cup. I don't really know Scottish Cup competitions that well. We've got some friendlies. The first one's not for a while. Probably won't be showing these friendlies. Odds are I'm going to do about 10 episodes per season with 1 or 2 games per episode. So I'll try to show the highlights. Several games are going to get left out. You're not going to watch every single game. That's fine. Okay, we do not have a balanced squad. We have some people that are really, really good, and everyone else, it looks like. So that's fine. Let's order by ability here. Who is my number 1 player? He's a fullback on the right, Mr. Dean Brett. He's actually part of the team. He's not on loan, and he is a really good fullback. Can I make him a wingback? I could. He's not half bad at it. His passing and concentration. Interesting. He's better at being a fullback, but having someone like this go forward might not be a terrible idea. With his tackling, he actually has good crossing. I bet making him a wingback is a better plan as opposed to a fullback here. We'll think about it. Complete wingback, less so. But I think that making him a wingback might be the better plan, depending on exactly how we decide to do our formation. So Dean Brett doesn't have a picture. He's 23-year-old and the star of our team. Doubt we'll be able to keep him if we don't get promoted. Just a fact. He's just way too good for this team by a long stretch. Look at how much he is. So much better than everyone else besides my top 5 here, top 6, that they just start at 3 stars. And look, I don't have a top 11. That's bad. This is not a balanced team. Okay, so we've got a strong guy on loan up front. What kind of contract we got on him? He stays until January. Hopefully I can extend that or do really, really, really well between now and January. I don't know. So we've got a decent striker, good finishing, good first touch, good heading. That's always nice as target man. Yeah, and he is a target man. Okay, that's all he does is target man, which is fine. I can make a target man tactic. We've got David McGurn, goalkeeper. Oh, I like this team. Maybe I will stick with them for more than one season. When you have a 5-star, 4.5-star goalkeeper, and he's the 3rd best person on your team, that's always really, really nice. Let's just do a... How do you make this into a graph? I used to know. I used to know how to make this into a graph. Yeah, he should be in League 1. He is loyal. Oh, he might stick around. He's loyal and professional. I want to turn this into a graph. I used to know how to do it. Maybe this attribute analysis. There we go. So he is really good at shot stopping, really good at communication. He's just good all around. He's not eccentric. I like it. This guy's he's got no vision, but he doesn't need one. He's a goalkeeper. Okay. David McGurn, Chris Turner, a ball winning. So you're telling me I have basically these 4 right here are definitely tops in League 1 of Ladbrokes. And I've got one in the back, one on goal, one in the front, and one in the middle. I like this team. I like it a lot. All right, Chris Turner, ball-winning midfielder or a box-to-box midfielder. Let's see which role would I prefer you in. What kind of fitness you got? You got good stamina. You got good fitness. I might put you box-to-box. What's your tackling? 11. I like my ball-winning midfielder to be like 13. A little bit better than that. But hey, you might just be able to deal with it. You're also a good penalty taker. So I want you always on the pitch. So box to box might be where I want to put you, Mr. Chris Turner. What kind of history you got? Career stats. You've been in the championship. You've played games in the championship. Look at that. He's been in the premiership. What is he doing on my team? I don't know. How old is this guy? Back at the schedule, Chris Turner. He's 29. He's not that old. Why are you on my team? He's Irish. Okay, whatever. Man, I need to look at all these guys' histories. Well, this guy's 19. He's not going to have too much history. He's been on youth teams. Hempstead. Whatever. He's never scored a goal in his life. He's going to now. This guy... Yeah, he's been in the championship as well. And done well in it. And he's scored goals for League 1. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, this team is turning good. Lewis Moore, a winger. Maybe I will have to adapt my style to include some wingers just because he's so much better. His crossing's not actually that great, but his dribbling is quite good. Interesting. Why do I want you as a winger instead of something else, like an inside forward? Technique's really good. Your dribbling's really good. You're pacey. You're agile. Yeah, I don't like your acceleration, but your crossing's not that great. I don't really want you as a winger necessarily. All right. We've got a poacher here. Also one of the best people on my team. What kind of contract I got on you? You're also just until January. And Lewis Moore. Okay, I've got Lewis Moore for the whole season, and he's the winger that I'm not really sure about. Alright, so these are the guys I kind of want to base my team around. So let's go to tactics. Let's create our initial tactic. Probably not going to be able to use this with this team necessarily. I am going to want a target man and a poacher. Those two kind of work well together anyway. I will want a winger on the right, which means probably a winger on the left. I want a box-to-box midfielder. And I want a wing-back on the right, which means I probably want a wing-back on the left. Which means maybe I don't want these guys so much. Maybe I won't even make this symmetrical, I don't know. So we're going to toss in McGurn. We're going to toss in Merle. And Todorov. And then my winger on the right is Moore. So do I have a winger on the left? Gary Glenn. Let's look at this guy. He is not really a winger. He has decent crossing, he has decent dribbling and decent finishing. Poor decision making. Not very good for a winger. But hey, he might do. He might do just fine in that position for now. Let's look at the report on him. Good player for most. Ladbrokes League 2 sides, balanced, loyal, fast. Can play in a few positions. Could be successfully retrained. Is he right-footed, left-footed, what? He's right-footed, and I'm making him my left winger. That's not necessarily the brightest idea, but for now, all right, for now. Let's get my box-to-box midfielder, Chris Turner. So we've got strength here. And my wing-back on the right is Dean Brett. So, beyond that, I need another midfielder. Brian Ross can fill the role. Good potential. Not very good current ability. He's just a central midfielder. Excellent first touch. Excellent passing. That's all I really want. He's pacey and got stamina. If he had finishing, he'd be excellent. We'll just leave him as a central midfielder. Honestly, probably on support, because I just kind of want him passing the ball. I don't know why it's showing him as having 3 stars here and only 2 here, but hey, whatever. We need a wing back on the other side. It's going to be Rutherford. Okay. You know, I don't necessarily want wing backs with wingers. Make this guy a fullback. This guy's only a wing back because he's really good. We're going to be exploiting the right, I think. Yeah, we're going to have to exploit the right flank and look for overlap, because these guys need to work together. Because they're my best players. Like, this is a line of my best players right here, all on the right side. Okay, so central defenders, we have Craig, and we have McLaughlin. So, what we got? Craig Seaves actually prefers to be a defensive center back. You know what? That's fine. Anything that gets you doing your job. And so does McLaughlin. So a couple of defensive center backs, like true defenders, which allows Brett to go forward more, I guess. I think I should put my box-to-box on this side, since we're going to be exploiting the right, and just a central midfielder on support right here. Is Turner right-footed or left-footed? He's right-footed, so yeah, that works for me. What about Ross? Left-footed. Oh, that's even better. Okay, so good to pay attention to those things. Probably want to put my target man on this side as well. You right-footed or left-footed? You're right-footed, yeah. And my poacher over here. On the weaker side. He's also right-footed, but, you know, he's going to be up front. Up front is good. So this is probably my initial start. Am I leaving out anyone that's really, really good? Chris is a good target man. We cannot fit in another striker, though. So let's pop over to tactics. Look at Chris. You are going to be my first sub for when my strikers fail me. Pop over to the squad. Backup goalkeeper. Always good to have. You're not going to be my number one. Make you like my number 7. How many subs do I get? There's a good... Oh, you're injured. And tired. 3 to 6 weeks. And in need of a rest. Well, you'll get a rest. That's fine. I don't know the rules. I just thought of that. I don't really know the rules. How many subs do I get? I get 7 subs named, max 3 used. That's fine. I need to read these rules offline. But yeah, he's going to be my 7th sub, which is okay. Back to the squad. We are not using Kerry Adamson. He's injured for the entire season, so we're not using him. That's fine. Poor guy. His name's Kenny, not Kerry. Harvey Swan. Now he's loaned. Is he loaned away from us? Yeah, he's loaned to someone else, so we're just not going to mess with him. He's defensive fullback on the left. Is he better than the one we're using? Not really. He's a year younger. Whatever, Sean can handle it, I suppose. They're about the same level. Let's compare them, actually. Compare Sean Rutherford with Harvey Swan. Compare with Harvey Swan. So Sean has better vision, better technicals. He's slower. I really like having fast defenders. I think I want Swan on my team. Can I just recall that loan? When does it end? 6/4/2016. I just started it. It expires in June. Just keep Swan in mind then. Why would you loan out the better of the defensive lefts? Seriously. Alright, Jamie Piper. You know, backup for... You're not really going to make it because you're a backup for our best player. I mean, assuming Brett doesn't get injured, we're good. A midfielder with a lot of potential, Kylie Myler. Well, Jamie Piper may as well take a sub spot. So Jamie Piper, and a defensive sub spot down here. It's fine. Pop up to my squad. Kyle Myler, a winger on the right. Really, you know, he's just a good all-round mid-sub. So, but he doesn't play back. We need better defenders, honestly. That's what we should be looking for. Because we've got a great attacking situation going on. We just don't have the defenders to deal. Alright, so you're going to be sub number 2. Fraser Mullen, a wingback on the right. Can't really do what I want. Another backup for our best player. Not really. I mean, these guys basically cover the same stuff. Not really a fan of that. A defensive left who can not really do center. And alright, fine, whatever. Yeah, you'll get a place on the team though, because we're running out of space basically. So who is that? James Creaney. Pop over to tactics. James Creaney, defensive left. I'm seeing where we're messing up here. We need a real defender to help out, and another central midfielder. Kind of happy that my next sub's going to be a central midfielder. David Robertson. That's fine. Okay, David. You are right there. So this is our starting team. I'm actually kind of happy with this. I'm kind of excited. What kind of tactics do we want to use? Well, we're predicted to finish second. We have several people that are like leading Ladbrokes League 1 players, and we are in League 2. So I imagine this is going to crush right here. We're just going to use this line and crush our enemies. So we want to be attacking, I think. We also want to clear the ball to the flanks if we're going to clear. No, let's not clear. We're going to look for overlap, not clearing. We're not going to retain. We're not going to do... I say we should do some more direct passing. We should close down. Not necessarily more. Maybe sit slightly deeper in our attacking formation so that we don't give up too many goals. I do like to prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Let's kick it out and play it out. And that's probably our initial start. Let's be a bit structured as well. I don't want you to be fluid because I don't think I have great decision makers on my squad. Or at least I have a lot of really bad decision makers. 7, 5. See, I don't want to go fluid because I don't want these guys to be too far out of their positions. So let's go with a structured setup. Now we are going to have 2 other formations kind of training, a 4-4-2, this whatever thing that I'm not going to actually use, but may as well train it, see if we get anywhere with it, and a 4-2-4. This seems okay. Where would you prefer to be more? On the right? Fine. No one belongs there. Glenn. What? Why are you... There. Attacking midfielder. Shadow Strike. What are you good at, Glenn? Are you good at anything? You are not good at anything. You are good at being a winger on the right. Okay, fine. Go back over here. We're not going to exploit the right that hard. We're going to be at least balanced. Okay. Attacking. You are going to sit on a counter. So we'll start training counter right away with our match tactics, and you'll stay on standard, so we train standard. But we are going to be an attacking team, it looks like. We're going to attack down the right side. Todorov, you're supposed to be a target man on support. And get that training. So scouting-wise, who are my scouts? Let's have a look at my staff. I've got 1 scout, Andy Kerr. He's not great. I'm not going to lie, he's not great. Need a new scout, so that's going to be a priority. Coaches, I can attack. I have no reputation. Everything else is fine. I have good teaching with attacking. My assistant coach is very adaptable. He's good at working with youngsters, and he's got average stats across here. Okay discipline. Decent judgment. Not the best. Ooh, no judgment whatsoever. He's a goalkeeping coach. He's a goalkeeping coach. Look at that. This is my goalkeeping coach. Just think about that. His goalkeeping is 4. Alright, and my head of youth development hates children. Great stuff. So, training-wise, my coaches... let's have my assistant assign it. My goalkeeping coach is actually managing 2 stars. I don't want to be the person doing everything. So let's back off some of this. So we're not going to be very good at teaching anything, huh? It's fine. Strength training, aerobic training, you. Alright, assistant assign. Yeah, that's the best we're going to do. It's the best you get. It's the best you get. You have to have a goalkeeping coach. at least our attacking form will be okay, even if our shooting is just bad. We need better technical. We need better tactical to really teach this stuff. All right, well, that's going to be the end of this episode. From here, you know kind of at least how I'm going to start with my friendlies. I might show one of the friendlies, but no. I think the first game we're going to start at is going to be right here, which is kind of a ways away. So this has been episode 0. I hope you enjoy knowing the team, knowing what we're going to be doing, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the series. Thank you, and see you next time.